Yo. So let me just take a thumbnail or something. So technically speaking, what we'll be doing today? Yeah, I'm wearing my hairnet right now and my apron. So yeah, we'll be cooking some meal while talking about our grades and about subjects. So let's go. So what we'll be doing tonight? Well, simply, we're just going to cook tokong sisig. And yeah, and while doing so, we'll be talking about our grades and subjects at senior high school because I just got my card and yep. So let's just do some mise en place and oh, I forgot my hairnet. So we'll be doing mise en place. Let's go. Voila, voila. So this is our mise en place right now, and yeah, I've gathered all the ingredients that we pick up from the market, and there's oyster sauce and mayonnaise, onions, calamansi, chilies, and our tofu or tokwa. So yeah, we have egg right here. So anyways, we just got some of our tofu here. So we just cut this few other blocks of tofu for so it won't take long enough. But anyways, let's just cut it in pieces. So let's start with the first subject first. So cookery one.
A few moments later.
So let's start. So yeah, I already cut off the other blocks of tofu just earlier because I don't want this video to be a bit longer than usual. So let's just continue. Anyways, for the first subject though, we have cookery one. Yeah, I am a cookery student and that explains why we have cookery one. Actually, it's called cookery 5 and 6 in the schedule, but in my card it says cookery one. But man, let's forget about that. In terms of cookery one though, yeah, flashbacks to that periodical exam. So before we get on to that, I'll just say that cookery one has been a bit easier to me, and at the same time, it's a lot more enjoyable because we're doing actual stuff. Like by actual stuff, as in like we're actually doing cooking, and it's a bit hard to be honest when assigning people or your group mates rather on tasks such as like one person is doing the eggs and the other person is doing the chopping and so on and so on. But yeah, it's actually a really nice subject. But in terms of periodical test though, what a disappointment. Yeah, here's the thing. While I was answering the periodical test questionnaire, yeah, I thought on the test paper that the items there were only 50 items, but yeah, it turns out that there were 60 items, and yeah, I ended up answering like 50 items and ended up a score of 39 over 60 because I didn't know that it was actually 60 items in total, so... At least I came out unscathed. More about that later. So yeah, to be honest, it was a bit of a disappointment. But I'm not the only one who got like answered only 50 items because of that one reason. But here's the reason why I mistook the test paper for like 50 items. It's because that there's this certain amount of pages in paper that made it seem like there's only 50 items and it's printed back to back. And yeah, so that's 10 points wasted, gone for good. But yeah, shameful. So I guess you could say that I flopped on the periodical test for the subject cookery one. So there's that. But anyways, here's the tofu now. Now where to next? Oh, hold on.
Later.
So technically speaking, aside from the fact that I flopped on the periodical test for cookery, I did game out unscathed, like I said, and more on that later. So moving on to the next subject, we have entrepreneur as usual. Like I said, that it is my favorite subject, and yeah, there was this saying that if you love a subject, that subject will love you back. And I guess it's true because I got a high grade in entrepreneurship as a result. Because technically speaking, I find the business perspective in cookery a bit easier for me to handle, to be honest. And it was actually fun to handle. So as a result, the terms were easier to understand. And as a result, I got a higher score in the periodical test. And yeah, and also on the other hand though, yeah, our teacher is actually a good person, to be honest. And yeah, I'll tell you all about it it in a future video or something. But yeah, let's just say that she's a good person. But I mean, like, cause there's something that happened during Rhythm Works number 2 that actually made me so happy, to be honest, because she allowed us to do something. But and also in terms of entrepreneurship though, by the time I'm recording this video, yeah, we're actually doing it now, being entrepreneurs, and yeah, we're actually selling some stuff right now. And please, we get to experience being an entrepreneur firsthand. So I guess you can say that's another reason why I love the subject. And yeah, but also on the other hand though, things may get pretty difficult at a later time in entrepreneurship in terms of, you know, what we're going to learn. But as usual, I mean, like, I'm only speaking for my own experience alone. So yeah, I guess experience is subjective, but I can say that entrepreneurship has been a lot easier for me. And every time I find a specific topic harder, it's kind of easier for me to understand now, since yeah, I'm just understanding terms now. So there's that. But as usual, in terms of the part, I got a higher grade. So now for the next subject though, yeah, we have like 7 subjects in total in my senior high school year as a grade 12 student. By the way, viewers, my eyes really getting itchy and I'm actually chopping chilies here. So please do not rub your eyes while chopping chilies. Trust me, it will be painful. Last time I did so, yeah, and just resist there. But if you really can't, you can use your there. So on to the next. In PE though, yeah, we did a few performances in PE, but right now all we did was just dance and basic exercises like push up, curl up, squats, etc., etc. But aside from that, we really didn't learn anything much at that time because we were all about performances, not actually lessons. So there's that. And I wasn't really confident that I will pass the periodical test in PE, but well, I did. I'm one of the top 3 highest scores in PE periodical tests, and well, the reason why I wasn't confident is because we actually asked the teacher if we can ask for modules and book for studying purposes in PE, but our teacher didn't send anything, and as a result, I had to rely on my own stock knowledge and what I've learned on grade 11. So there's that. But as usual, I did came out unscathed, and like I said, third highest in the periodical test in PE. But also on the grade though, I nearly flopped. And I'm not kidding. Yeah, I nearly got a grade of 74 because of a missing performance test, but I managed to solve that and I got a grade of 90 plus. So for the next subject though, we have triple I, and yeah, we were told that legally there will be no grades for us in this first grading for triple I, and it's because that our triple I right now is practical research, and it means that we'll be focusing our entire first semester doing practical research on experiments such as related to cookery, as in like we're doing practical research related to cookery, and yeah, whatever grade we will get in second grading, that will be our grade also for first grading. For example, if someone get a 92 on second grading for triple I, that will be their grade for first grading. 92, 92. So yeah, that was what we were told by our teachers in triple I. So, and at the same time though, triple I is also, and also at the same time though, despite the fact that I didn't know the 3 I's stands for, but the other I in triple I means immersion, and in other words, we will be doing work immersion, something like on-job training. OGT basically. But yeah, I don't know when will that happen, but I heard that it will happen on first semester. So yeah, I'm actually excited about it since we were told that in a nutshell, we'll be going to restaurants or hotels serving as interns or cooks or something. So yeah, I'm really excited. Oh boy, did it nice the onions though. Yeah, in doing sisig though, I prefer green onions though. I mean, green onions are way better aesthetically than purple onions, so you'll see why on the finished product. But yeah, my point still stands that green onions are way more better for sisig than, you know. But I could see the same for onions in burgers, that green onions are also better in burgers than red onions. So, well, I have a confession to make you guys. Yeah, I don't like onions to be honest. Yeah, take it like I'm Goro for example, and I don't like onions. So, you might be wondering, then why you are chopping those onions for your sisig? Well, as a cookery student, yeah, despite the fact I have certain ingredients that I don't really like, yeah, that's just against the rules in my own opinion. And yeah, so basically there's that. Secret is out, and I don't like onions. Yeah, sorry about that. But still, let's just chop the onions for now and place this in this container. So, oh boy, how do I transfer this? hold on. Now we have the chili, we have the onion, we have the tofu chop, and right now we'll be doing the sauce. And yeah, this is the pepper, by the way. I forgot to introduce it. So now for the fourth subject though, oral communications. Yeah, I kind of flopped in the oral communications in my grade though, but not really on the periodical test. Yeah, I kind of flopped in the oral communications though, but not really on the periodical test. But I think it was because due to the lack of activities, the reason why that my grade is a bit of a flop. I mean, like, you'll see why it's a flop, but all I can say is that it's my only 80 in the card. So yeah. Now for oral communications though, yeah, our activities actually consist of like doing actual communication stuff, like speaking through the camera, for example. And also, yeah, we have a performance test in oral comms about I Am a Filipino poetry. And yeah, I can still remember a lot of it. But well, as usual, there are some things that I would usually forget when it's done. For example, math lessons, and yeah, that was the same for the I Am a Filipino poet. But I can still remember some of it, like for example, I am a Filipino, inheritor of a glorious task, hostage to an uncertain future, as such as group equal to a twofold task, the task of meeting my responsibilities in the past and the task of performing my obligations in the future. So yeah, I actually did that performance test, but I ended up flopping due to nervousness. And yeah, but actually the teacher was actually nice enough to give us a second chance. Like, they told us that if we're not satisfied with our scores, we can repeat the entire poem again. And yeah, that's what I did. And I ended up getting a 90 because the initial grade for the performance test was actually kind of low, 70 plus. But after repeating the poem again, yeah, I ended up getting a 90. So there's that. By the way, you guys, I just forgot this. And yeah.
Later.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. My mom just suddenly went down the stairs and suddenly reminded me of that air fryer. Yeah, I own an air fryer, but I don't know how to use it. She told me that I can air fry this, but I don't know how. So let's move on forward and just mix it up a little bit, shall we? So let's just put the mayonnaise first. Now, where was I? Now, yeah, in oral comms, yeah, I did technically flop initially on the graded recitation performance test, but at least I managed to get a higher score, 90. So there's that. But overall, yeah, despite the fact that I flopped only a little on the card on oral comms, well, I'm satisfied enough. At least it's higher, so there's that. Now, what's for the next subject? Well, there's MIL, Media and Information Literacy. So, yeah, I must confess for a second time that I am a chronically online user on the internet. So, I guess you could say that my days as a chronically online user paid off because for some reason it did help me quite a lot in my studies in MIL. So, what was our lessons there? Well, we were taught about social medias, informations, fake news, and many other things that you need to learn about information and the internet. And I must say, me being a chronically online user on the internet actually helped me a lot. But, well, ML is not really that my favorite subject. I mean, like, it's just mid to me, to be honest. Like, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Like, it's just in the middle. So, yeah. Now, in terms of the periodical test, though, aside from the fact that me being a chronically online user helped me a lot on the MIL, yeah, I keep getting the same score for the third time again in this periodical test. 45 in PE, 45 in Oracles, and then 45 in MIL. All 45 in 60 each. So, yeah, I guess you could say that I slaved all over again in this subject. And yeah, now for the final subject that we're having lessons though, yeah, actually this also my favorite that I didn't tell you guys about, but it's still my favorite nonetheless, and it's actually personal development. Yeah, it's that subject where you learn about personalities, mental health, and the importance of it, and parts of the brain. At least that's for the first grading, but still, actually that subject is really easy for me because yeah, PERDEV is just actually ESP or Edukasyon sa Pagpapakatao or Character Education in just a different name. But yeah, so technically, I guess you could say that PERDEV was way a lot more easier for me. But at the same time though, I don't know my scores in the periodical test. We're not told about it. But yeah, while I am mixing this though, I'll just say something about the test papers in PERDEV. Actually, the test papers in the PERDEV were actually difficult, to be honest. A lot of those questions were actually like, there are no correct answer. There's like everything is the correct answer. You're just going to pick one on how would you act. And yeah, like there's this one question that I had difficulty answering, but I'll just put it in the subs here. And yeah, so you can pause to read. And I guess you could say I have difficulty answering that because like there wasn't the specific answer I am looking for, and I guess you could say that the particular question was a bit difficult for me to understand because I can find the specific answer that I am looking for because none of the choices were correct. And yeah, now in terms of my final grade in Fernet though, yeah, I slaved harder than that, 94. So anyways, I guess you could say that I did slay a lot in this first half of the first semester, and yeah. So let's just put on a few drops of Maggi Sabor Chili Mansi. Fortunately though, I don't have the normal version of this, like just the basic liquid seasoning, not the Chili Mansi or Calamansi flavored one. So I guess we'll just settle with this because we have Calamansi here. So yeah, let's just put it in here. Yeah, a few drops is only needed, and let's just mix it up a little. So we'll be just chopping the calamansi now. But also, let's just talk about another thing in school life. Yeah, so far I don't know if we'll be getting honors to be honest because to be honest, I feel like there's only a few of us that passed actually. And yeah, it will be hard to make an honors roll call if there's only a few people in the classroom that passed the first quarter. So yeah, so anyways, this might take a while. So editor, please skip to the next part because I can't really chop the calamansi here. So hello guys, and we finally did the mise en place now. So there's the sauce mix, the chili, the onion. I don't know what that is, what is that doing here, and the tokwa. So we'll just prepare the cooking oil here. Oh, hello doggies. Yeah, they just took a bath and they're waiting for a blessing from me. So let's go. So hello guys. So yeah, we're here in the kitchen now, and there's the cooking oil. So let's just heat the pan up for like stir fry at 800 watts. So yeah, I don't know how this works because there's like W here, so I guess it means watts. This is a pressure cooker, so let's just add some cooking oil, canola oil rather, and yeah, only a few. So we got that, and oh boy, how do I fit in here in this camera? Hold on.
Later.
Yeah, there we go. So here's our sauce and onions and chili and our tofu. So we'll be waiting for the pan to heat. So in terms of finding out how the oil is heating now, I just simply place my hand here and how hot is the stove right now, and based on what my hand is feeling right now, well, it's not that hot yet, so we'll just be waiting here for a while.
Later.
Since our oil is hot now, so let's just add the onions first. Yeah, as usual, I don't like onions. So we'll just be mixing the onions, which I do not like onions at all. So, well, at least they smell nice. Now for the second part, we have the chilies now. So, yeah, we'll just be mixing it here until the chili is, you know, softer now. So yeah, would you look at that? Yeah, this will take a while for this to cook. This chili and onion. So. Okay, so we may have encountered a little whoopsie there, and yeah, we're just currently cooking the tofu. So, yeah, sorry about that, but let's just continue with the video, shall we? So, let's skip. So, yeah, we did ended up making the chili and onion wait. So, anyways, here's the fried tofu, you guys, and let's just drop it here now, shall we? Hold on, I forgot my ladle. So, let's go. So technically we'll just add it here, and yeah, let's just mix it up again, and yeah, so anyways, we'll just keep mixing it up until everything is fully mixed here before we add this sauce here. So let's go. So it seems like after I took off the chili and onion off the heat, it finally reached the desired consistency of the chili. So let's just add the sauce here for now and mix it up together. This is so delicious to be honest, guys. So yeah, this might take a while. So yeah, we're just mixing everything up here, and yeah, so we're just mixing everything up here, and yeah, in case you guys don't know, you should mix it here until everything is fully coated. Like the entirety of the tokwa and the chilies and the onions itself. And yeah, but at the same time though, keep mixing it up until like it finally reaches the desired consistency of the sauce, and looks like we're finally reaching it. So let's just leave it for a few minutes first, because right now we haven't reached the desired consistency yet. So, so it seems like we finally reached the desired consistency, and yep, we're adding eggs. So yeah, sorry if the egg broke, and yeah, let's just leave it at that, shall we? Okay, let's just raise the heat a little more, and there we go. Let's just wait until this egg cooks, and there we go. So it seems the sisig is finally cooked now, and yeah, I added some eggs, but like I said, the egg broke, so let's just scoop a bowl of it, shall we? Hold on. And there we have it. So let's just prepare some rice. Too bad I didn't have a sizzling plate for this, so too bad. So yeah, I can finally take this off now, and hold on. Yeah, I still have a mess here despite the fact that I took a bath. But anyways, we just finished the entire meal. So let's go eat it. So I just finally finished the entire meal, and hold on. So yeah, that's it. It's finished. So in terms of grades though, hold on.
A few moments later.
Yeah, I lost the report card, but actually don't worry, it's just a copy though. I mean like just a bond paper copy of it. But anyways, in terms of grades though, yeah, I got 91 for PE, I got 92 for MIL, but my card says it's 90, but our teacher explained that somehow the grades got jumbled and I ended up getting someone else's grade, which is 90. And also in oral comms I got 89, and in per dev I got the highest in all of my subjects, so 94, and for entrepreneurship and cookery 1, I got both 92. So, congrats! Future Ibuki here. So, I have a picture of my grades right now, so I'll just be showing it here in the screen. So, yeah, here it is. So, thank you guys for watching, and hope you guys enjoyed the video, and don't forget to like and subscribe. So, so anyways, I'll just take a snap picture of this. So, bye! Yeah, finally. Sisig tokwa with rice. Too bad I didn't have a sizzling plate though, but still, let's feast! So, currently eating right now, and let's just taste test for a bit, shall we, before we end the video. Yeah, it's hard to record while eating. Yep, it's good. Too bad the entire sauce kind of evaporated in the oil, so... But meh, it's good. So, bye, for real though.